Western Bulldogs. So Riley Sanders at pick 6, Jordan Croft, the father son, at 15, Joel Freya at 45, Lachlan Smith 47, Aiden O'Driscoll at 55. So obviously headlined by Sanders there. Really mature kid.
Yeah. Like we said with Colby, switched on, just so confident in how he speaks. Like, I know these kids get media trained, but sometimes you might just think that this is just who they are. He just spoke so well, so cleanly. Was very open and honest about the whole process. Like he said, it was such a surprise. Like he didn't think the Dogs were going to be that interested, and then all of a sudden they were after like 10-minute chats. Just spoke about his journey and coming out of Tassie and how keen he is to get to the Bulldogs, but how well aware he is of the players ahead of him in that midfield group.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
That A, he has to break into, but B, he also gets to learn off.
Yeah,
he was really excited by that.
It's going to be starstruck by Bont, I think he said.
Yeah, he was.
Who wouldn't be that?
Going through all like the texts and stuff from teammates, he was just very happy. And exactly. So we got a ripping kid, Lark medal winner. Led the talent league as well for touches per game. Clean ball user, good inside, very evasive. Can dance his way out of a contest and out of any trouble. Socks up, which is always a big tick. Like you might just think it's like Jason Horne-Francis when you look at him. Just not only his footy traits, but his socks up to his knees, and he's got some nice blonde locks. So he's going to be. I wouldn't rule him out of round 1. Like we know what the Dogs midfield's like. There's
that'd be great to see him in round 1.
Yeah, I certainly going to be a chance. And at the same time, maybe it's some succession planning. If they lose Bailey Smith in 12 months' time, which you certainly can't rule out at this point, then they've got another pick 6 in Sanders. So that's a big tick. Jordan Croft was the second one they got on night 1. Weird to see he didn't have a Dogs jumper on. He was just like walking around in his colder polo, and you think he'd be one of the only ones who knew where he was going on night 1, but that's all right.
I think he said they were putting a number on it or something for him. But
anyway, we got there, and
he didn't get there in time.
He's going to be quite happy with knowing that there's not going to be any pressure on him to play next year. Like they've got Jamara, they've got Norton, even Sam Darcy might get a look in that forward line if that's the avenue they go with him. Then they've got Rory Lobb and Tim English. So he's going to be able to not kick his feet up, but at least spend a lot of time at VFL level and just not having to focus too much on a debut. It'd be great to see him get one, and there's certainly no issue if he does play next year. But he probably just has time to develop, add some size, and that's going to work really well in the Dogs' favour. Joel Frazier, so out of Horsham, a nice wingman. Good attacking player. I think, and he has good size, like 190 centimetre player on the wing. He's quick for that size, and can kind of just, like I said, move forward and have some scoreboard impact. So he kicked a decent bag. I can't remember who it came against this year, but it was kind of a standout game. I think it was 6 goals and 20 odd touches out for GWV. So that's a nice kind of bit of outside run, which is also what they get in Aiden O'Driscoll. So another one of these elite runners, tested well at the combine out of WA. So he's the younger brother of Emma and Nathan out of the Dockers, but he'll come over to the Doggies and another wingman for them. And then Lockie Smith, a bit like Jed Walter. You look at him and you think, there's no way this kid's 18. So Gippsland, and another ruckman. So that was another one that List need for them. Of course, they lose Jordan Sweet, and they don't really have anyone behind English and Lobb, unless you're counting Darcy. So they probably just needed someone who can learn off one of the best rucks, or arguably the best ruck in the competition. And much like Tim English, Lockie Smith will hopefully just get some time to develop before they require him at the top level.
Yep. Beautiful.